morning. Welcome to Rise and Shine. We're going to begin in whatever position feels comfortable for you today. I like started seated, but if you would like to lay down, totally fine. Hope you are doing well. Another bright and early Thursday morning. If it is in fact morning, and if it is in fact bright where you live, some sun hasn't come up yet. I understand that. And we're just going to take a couple minutes in the position of your choice, giving everyone a chance to join in and start in the same mental playing field. Alrighty, so if you are laying down, we're all going to sit up together and work on stretching out some hamstrings. So you can stay seated on your prop if you so desire, or you can come down to the ground. Regardless, we're going to take one foot, point it up to the ceiling, and just lean forward first. Arms are down by your side, rolling everything up nice and slow. Now let's walk those hands down just a little bit. Toes are still pointed straight up. And let's take our arms up and go up and over the nice flat back. Okay, roll it up, let's switch sides. First, our leg is just out, and we're just leaning forward a little bit. Then we're going to lean forward a little bit more with the hands. And then we're going to come up and to touch, knees out to the side. Okay, bring those knees in, and if you are sitting on something, move it out of the way. And we're going to scooch down to the bottom of our mat. We're going to grab our knees, and we're going to hug them in, and we're just going to rock a little bit up and a little bit down. We're in no rush. So 2 more times. And then lay down and cross your right leg over your left. Point those toes up in the air and put slight pressure on your right thigh to open it up into a nice number 4. Now let's release and switch sides. Same thing, toes pointed up, and then take that hand and slight pressure. Release, come back to side A. This time, if you would like, you can stay where we were, or grab behind the thigh and point that foot up to the ceiling. My head is still on the ground. Switch it on out. Other side, other leg. And bring that foot down. Bring both feet to the ground. Drop your knees to the right side. Turn your whole body to the right side. If you want to prop your head underneath your right hand or right arm, cool. And take your left arm up towards the ceiling and open it up as far as you can. Bring that hand back in and grab the top leg and pull that foot back for a quad stretch. Okay, let's release that leg. Let's turn on to our other side. You want have your neck as relaxed as possible, but if that means being supported by the left arm, great. Right arm up and open it up to the side. And then release that and take that hand and grab that top leg, pull it back. And then release. And let's roll over onto our belly. I'm going to turn and face the camera, but you can just turn over conveniently where you are. And we're going to come to a Sphinx. Hands spread nice and wide. Nice stretch of the lower back. Okay, we're going to roll on to our side again. We're going to relax that head down, and we're going to do 10 circles clockwise, and then 10 circles counterclockwise with that head. So head down, leg lifted, and let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it over. Other side. Same thing. Top leg, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll back over onto your belly and back into our Sphinx. Couple big breaths here. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to push up with just one hand only. So let's leave this left arm just hanging out. And all we're going to do is push up with the right hand and come back down. We're going to do that 9 more times. And then we're going to switch over to the left side. Okay? So let's go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, lift it on up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Push yourself up to all fours. We're going to do some scapular push-ups, and we've done these before. All that means is we're in all fours, and we're going to drop the shoulders, and then we're going to poke them back up. So we're going to drop them and come back up. So we're retracting our scapula, which are these big things behind us in our back. They look like wings, right? The big muscles, big bones. Okay, so we're gonna do 15 of those. So our back is nice and flat. We're in our tabletop, and we're gonna drop and lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. So back on your heels, move around those wrists. And we are going to make our way to standing. I'm going to go via a toe stand. If you have another way that you'd like to go, beautiful, wonderful, embrace it. Go and meet me in standing. So I'm just going to lean back, tuck my toes under, roll back into a toe stand, and then coming up nice and slow. Okay, so once we get there and you're all situated and make any adjustments you need to, we're going to turn and face sideways with our feet nice and wide, toes pointing towards the side wall. And all we're going to do is bend one leg and keep the other leg straight. So I'm going to bend this right leg. You can obviously switch it. And we're just going to lean in and sit our hips and glutes back. So I'm feeling a nice stretch in the inner groin here. And I'm breathing. And I'm going to switch sides. Your hands can be wherever they need to be for balance or stability. Come back to the center. We're going to bring our heels in one little notch. So now we're in like this little sumo plie position. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my knees a little bit. I'm going to have my hands on my thighs, and I'm going to drop my right shoulder. This looks pretty funny in the viewfinder that way. So I'm like this. Okay, I'm gonna switch sides. Other shoulder. Back up, roll back up. Okay, so we're gonna do a standing figure 4 and a standing quad stretch. Let me just adjust my ankle slightly. So hold on for balance by all means. Highly suggested. I'm going to take one leg, I'm going to hold on, pull it back, and I'm going to stand straight up and down. I'm going to call this my thumb. My nose to my chin, to my sternum, to my tailbone. Straight down. And I'm going to cross that leg over, and I'm going to sit it back, just like we did when we were laying down. And these toes are nice and active, they're pointing down, except compared to just kind of just loosey-goosey. Okay, come on up. I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to hold for balance over here and pull back. So you don't have to stay on your mat. If you need to go somewhere for balance, by all means, you can always come back to your mat. And let's cross it, it brings it back. You can try letting go. You don't have to hold on. But remember, this is usually for most people, a morning or an evening practice. So the idea is to be slow and really honor what your body's telling you. And then come on up. I'm going to come back to my mat. And I'm going to do some little full body flows. So I'm going to take my hands down by my side. I'm going to bend my knees very generously. I'm going to come down and I'm going to drag my fingers across. I'm going to come up and bring those arms up and around. I'm not going to hit anything, so I'm just going to slide over this way a little bit, but please stay in the center of your mat. Okay, so we're going to come down, come up, and a big circle. 3 more times. Okay, let's reverse it. So we're going to come down, drag the fingers, palm up, and come up, and down, drag the palm, and up. One more time. And up. Beautiful. Okay, so let's do some inner outer thigh action. So I'm going to have something available for me to hold on to, even if that means going somewhere else in my space. And I'm going to turn sideways, and I'm going to pick a leg. I'm going to pick the one that's facing closer to the camera just so you can see it better, but of course you can always switch around. I'm going to pop that foot in front. Now the idea is I'm going to go make a little U. So I'm going to go here and around, touch if I need to, come up all the way around and touch. If you're holding on for stability, you may not need to touch down with your toes, and the other way around, if you're touching down with your toes, maybe you don't need to hold on. But you can totally do both. And you can totally do neither. The idea here is to get some isometric contraction going on in this base leg. So yes, we're doing movement with the other leg, but we're also working on the stability of this straight leg. So we're going to go for our magic number 10. All the way to the front and all the way to the back equals 1. So it's going to be a little bit of time. And we're going to do it slow and controlled. Do not swing around. All right, so I'm starting here. And I'm actually going to set myself up for success here by adjusting my mat, because I had my mat sticking up a little bit. So that means every time I went over, I have to hit that. So always just make adjustments. Make it easier for yourself. Okay. We're going to start, so let's go 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm definitely feeling it in that straight leg. 8, 9, 10. And please hold that foot out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Very nice. And I felt it here, but I felt it more on this leg. Now, that being said, if you did a lot of X yesterday, maybe you do feel a little leg that's moving around a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. Other side. Okay, are we ready? Bring that leg across over in front. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I lost one. I think I miscounted. And let's pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Nice job. Feel free to grab some water and then come back to your mat. Shake it on out. And then shake those legs up too. Okay, we're gonna do some chair pose. Because hopefully those legs are nice and warm, ready to take on a little bit before we cool it down. So just as a refresher, I'm gonna turn sideways. Our chair pose is when we sit back on our heels and we can have our arms up in front to counterbalance. So it's literally like we're sitting in a chair here. That's what we're going for. So we're going to do 10 nice, slow, and controlled chair sits. About 2 seconds down, about 2 seconds up. If 10 is too many, do 5, do 8, do 7, do 2. That's fine. Your hands can be, I'm gonna have mine up here in front to counterbalance, but if there's somewhere else that you would like your hands to be for your own stability, that's fine. And you can even go and do this right above a chair. So I could do my chair pose here, tap down. I'm not putting my weight on the chair, but I'm tapping down and coming up. That is a great way to practice really sitting back and down. All right, arms up or wherever you're gonna have them. Let's go for 1, 2. And if your arms get tired, you can always drop them down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more, 8, 9, 1 more, 10, come on up, shake it out. Awesome work. All right, do one more thing here standing, and then we'll go back down to the ground. So we did our squats, and we did our figure 4 standing. Now we're gonna put the 2 together if you want to. So what I'm aiming for is for you to cross over here and then come down into a little squat. And then you can have your hands in front, depending on how far of a squat you've got going on. Maybe you can touch the ground. That is not in the cards for me. Definitely not today. I haven't done it in a long time. I'm not sure if I can. That's something I'll practice off camera. But we're just going to do that. We're going to sit back. We're going to hold it for 10 seconds, and we're going to do it twice on both sides. Cool? And then we'll back down to the ground. Hold on for balance. It's totally okay. All right, so pick your starting leg, cross it over, and sit back in our squat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Switch it out. Other leg, cross it over, sit back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Shake it out. One more time through each. Cross it over. Sit back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Cross it over. And last one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Beautiful. All right, so let's take our arms. Come on up and swan dive them down. Nice, big, huge bend in those knees. Let your body hang here for a second. And then come to a halfway lift. Bring those hands back down. Walk one foot out, walk the other foot out, and lay back down on your belly. Beautiful. Switch it on over onto a side. I'm going to turn this way so you can see. I'm going to grab a drink of water really quick. Okay, so we did those circles at the beginning. Now we are going to do some rainbows and some clams. Okay, so I'm relaxing my head and neck. My legs are straight. And for our rainbows, we're gonna go from toe to toe. So what we did standing, we're gonna do that laying down. Those are our rainbows. And for our clams, we're gonna bend our knees and open and close them, literally like a clam. Okay, so relaxing your head and neck. The legs out. Take the top leg, and we're gonna go for 10, just like we did standing, up and over. Ready? 1. Try to move the rest of your body as little as possible. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Remember, the higher up you go, 8, the more challenging it's going to be. 9 and 10. Whew. Bend those knees. Your head and neck is still relaxed. And all we're going to do is we're going to keep the feet on the ground, and we're going to lift and lower this top leg. Okay? Let's go for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax for a second. Now we're going to lift those feet. Keep that bottom knee on the ground. And for a final 10 more on this side. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Shake out that leg, and we're gonna switch it over to the other side. Okay, we're gonna start out with those rainbows, so leg in front. Head relaxed, and lift up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to do 1 more for 10. Beautiful. Bend those knees, clams, feet on the ground first. Okay, let's lift up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're in control the whole way. We're not letting that leg slam down. 2 more. And relax. Now we're going to lift those feet. And again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Beautiful. Lay on your back. Give those knees a giant squeeze. And then let's roll up 3 or 4 times and then come to seated. And come on up. Adjust your headphones. And we're seated in a cross-legged position. Feeling good? Let's do a little bit of upper body stretching. Take your right arm, bring it across. And move that wrist around. Maybe a little crackling and creaking. And switch sides. And release, roll those shoulders. Other direction. And sitting up nice and tall, spinal twist. And switch. Come back to the center. I'm going to take my right arm and I'm going to bring it up at an angle and pull back. So I'm stretching all of this pec here. We did this when we were laying down on the ground at the beginning. We're just doing this again at a little bit of a different angle to bring it horizontal. I'm still pulling, so I might be able to pull a little bit more. And then I'm going to come down at an angle. Shake it out. Other side. Top first. And I really love doing this against a wall. I can really get a good stretch. My pecs are always something that are really tight on me. And I'm sure a lot of other people too who are just hunching over your keyboard, tablet, phone, come horizontal. I like to sleep kind of in the fetal position, so I'm always tucked into a nice little protective ball. So I really need to work on stretching out these chest muscles. And what I love to do, if you have access to it, is a large foam roller. I lay on that foam roller so it's right parallel to my spine. And then I used to lay there and have my arms out like this and just let gravity just open them up. It's a very nice passive way to do it. And release it. Shake it out. And triceps. Pick an arm, any arm, up towards the sky. And pull that arm back. Switch it out, other side. And release. Bring those feet in front. Toes up. Have any of you all used any yoga socks before? Do they work? Do you like them? My toes are freezing right now, but I have to put my socks on. I'm going to slide all over the place. Okay, I'm going to have my hands behind me, and I'm going to push up and do kind of a reverse plank bridge. So I'm bending, or not bending, my legs are straight and I'm pivoting from my heels. And I'm going to have my hands so my fingertips are facing out to the side. You can have them so they're facing behind you. I just find them more comfortable facing out. And all I'm going to do is nice and slow. I'm going to come up and I'm going to come down. I'm going to do that 3 more times, and I'm going to try to keep my shoulders down and back. Slowly come on up. 1 and down. 2 and down. And 3. And come all the way down and prep yourself for Shavasana and or put on your socks. As always, or as I should say most of the time, 2 minutes here in Shavasana. Or if there's another pose that you find just as relaxing and just as bookending to our class, feel free to do so. And just thank your body for what it was able to do for the last 45 minutes. You made it through. There was no emergencies. And at the very least, you have given 45 minutes to yourself today, which is an automatic win. I invite you to stay here as long as you're able to this morning. It is 7:45, so I will just inform you of such. Thank you for coming. Hopefully I'll see you on Thursday, but please, if you can spare another 30 seconds in your Shavasana, please do so. Have a great day.